Welcome guys, and to the final episode of Poppy Playtime so far. This is the beginning of Chapter 4. Yes, the dogs are running rampant outside. Don't worry about it. It's not anything to worry about, but what's happening with Chapter 4? So, if you notice that this is only 2 minutes longer than the Chapter 3 video, first up, it's because I have a lot more expertise in Chapter 4. Also because I skipped secondary labs. I just hate that section. I am not good at it at all. Now, the footage this time works. Yes, it failed the first time, so hey, props to me for trying to redo it. So the ending failed like horribly, and it kind of crashed like the entire end area to not load me in with my hands or the ability to move. So really, it's not a good thing at all. But we'll figure out how to fix that. Actually, no, I'm not going to. That's too much effort. To be fair, the beginning still works, so hopefully most of the chapter still does. It's just that one section. Actually, I know why it crashed. Because the game crashed halfway through the main ending cutscene, which makes it assume I'm not supposed to have my hands or the ability to move, really, besides jumping and crouching. I shouldn't be allowed to do anything else but that. But since I'm not in that cutscene, the game is confused. Maybe if I wait the 10-minute long time of that final cutscene, I could get it, but yeah. Sorry, we are missing out on the best part of that cutscene, which is the Leaf Pierre moment. I love that Leaf Pierre moment, and I'm not going to reuse anyone else's footage, because it wouldn't be accurate to how the mobile version of the game feels and looks, because this is still a full mobile playthrough. Yeah, it's a mobile. See how much better it feels on the Chapter 4 version of the mobile game? Yeah, you may notice that it's a bit mobile-y, but it's still not that mobile. With controller, you can barely see the mobile in this. That is what makes it a beaut. I mean, you really don't have to deal with much. It's literally just all of Chapter 4 with mobile on it. I know, a real shocker. The mobile version finally good. The mobile version looks and plays like the PlayStation 4/5 version. It probably looks more like the Nintendo Switch version, but still, it makes my phone go. It's air, the air vents that phone have. Yeah, this thing is trying to make the thing fly like a goddamn jet plane. This thing is trying to make to Mars with how annoying those are. I can barely hear lines. And sometimes when I have it on max settings, which I don't right now, I'm making sure that it's not on maximum settings. It may not look the best for you, but definitely is hearable for me. And I really like the ending, the Leaf Pierre and all of that. It was such a cool reveal. I remember when I first saw the game, and I was like, oh, that's cool. The fourth chapter's already out. It already has a bunch of characters. Already was the only one I knew about before. And the Doctor has become my favorite. I love the Doctor. If you watched my Chapter 3 video, you know how passionate I am with this game. I will defend it. I think Chapter 3 goes below Chapter 2 in the chapter rating scale. I believe it goes Chapter 1, Chapter 3, Chapter 2, Chapter 4. Because Chapter 3 has so many issues with it. Not bugs, but issues. Chapter 4 is the perfect one. It is the most scary out of the ones that still follow the Playtime Code formula. Chapter 3 doesn't. Chapter 3 breaks it entirely. Because Chapter 3 has it, so instead of you doing missions and you achieving them, but you always have one goal you're working towards, in Chapter 3, you really don't know what goal you're working towards. I mean, I guess to kill Catnap, but it's not really that big, because your goal is just to do something, which you don't know what you have to do. That something is never specified, and in the end of the chapter leads to you just going down a hatch that you probably could have already gone down. In the base computer version, I guess it makes slight more sense on why you want to redirect the gas. You know you have to do it, but why? Moving it from left to right doesn't really matter, because I'm only moving it from left to right on a goddamn canister. Originally, I believe there was gas blocking the way, stopping you from entering the hatch room normally. I believe that is how it was in the original chapter. But since the mobile version's so weird, it definitely wasn't designed that way. Chapter 3 doesn't feel like it has a goal, you know? Every other one has a goal. Chapter 1, just get deeper into the factory. Or maybe to find your coworkers. Yeah, I think Chapter 1 was still to find your coworkers. Chapter 2 was to escape. Escape via the train. Chapter 4 was to go ahead. Very complicated, but you had to do all these goals in total to try and leave the factory. That was the goal. Now it was time for the best part of the opening, which was the doctor's intro. Like, you would never really notice how awesome the doctor's intro is. You're stuck in this eerie train car for an unnaturally long amount of time before he suddenly just shows up and shows that he's the boss. Like, the doctor works so well with the Playtime co-formula. He is a big bad villain, but he isn't the chapter villain. He's literally just PJ Pugapillar compared to Dowie, who is the chapter villain. But Dowie isn't a villain, he's a protagonist and a helper. Like, in chapter 2, there was four main character bosses. And you don't really think of the other ones besides the main chapter one being long list. Chapter 4? You remember 3 of the 4! Yeah, you're not gonna remember Baba Chop. It doesn't matter really, because you were gonna remember 3 of the chapter 2 ones. Chapter 4 introduces the same amount of characters as chapter 2, besides the Nightmare Critters, and we really don't pay attention to those guys. So just the new ones that were introduced that weren't just critters, out of those new ones, they're so much better than the 8 that the 9 chapter 4 introduced. No, chapter 3 introduced. But yeah, chapter 3 introduced all of the smiling critters, the critters only will count for chapter 3. Because those were like more crucial. Yet they kind of weren't, because they weren't nearly important in the storyline. You know, as the story goes, you just gotta keep moving forward. Now, the ending, of course, is where the chapter begins to struggle. I think chapter 4 has so many haters because of how different it is to chapter 3. Because, like, if you only played chapter 3, you will hate chapter 4. Because chapter 3 is nowhere near the same as chapter 4. Now, if you hated chapter 3, please, for the love of God, try chapter 4, because it's so much better than chapter 3. I mean, it's so much better if you like Playtime Co's original formula. Obviously, Playtime Co's original formula really isn't a winner, though. As you can see, it doesn't really get good reviews, but it is more fun gameplay. With a distinct goal in mind. Make it to the labs and find the orphans to escape. And make the factory blow. That is the goal of chapter 4. Which really isn't shown in the beginning, and that's what makes the beginning section so much scarier than chapter 3's beginning. Chapter 3's beginning actually feels like it has more of a collective goal than the rest of the chapter. Chapter 3, you're really just doing whatever the hell you need to do, because that's how the game's gonna progress. Chapter 3 feels like a game, and chapter 4 feels more like an experience of a game. You feel like you're having fun. The game is fun. It's just chapter 3 versus chapter 4. It's like, at the beginning of chapter 3, you know exactly what you have to do, and you know what you're doing. Then, after home, everything, the direction you get is thrown away, and you have the worst boss fight a god has ever created. Mist Light sucks as a boss fight. Dog Day's a pretty good chase. I'd say I'm mixed on chapter 3. Chapter 2, while it's not the best, is better than chapter 3. It's not good, but it's better. Chapter 2 is pretty decent, but Chapter 3 has some of the best moments that the series has. Chapter 3 is a highlight reel, where you get to see the best things of all time, but then you ignore the counselor's office and all the other shitty moments, because you can get those done in 2 seconds. Yeah, the end of the counselor's office section is actually horrifying. I mean, it can touch your soul. But most of it isn't. Most of it's pretty lackluster. In the schoolhouse section, well, it's satisfyingly easy as it is. It's so annoying. The schoolhouse section is such a bummer. The rest of the sections, all of Catnap's stuff, all of that stuff is missed out on because that's how the chapter was made. Catnap feels like he should have been the main antagonist and not just the final boss fight. Because that's what it feels like. In Chapter 3, Catnap was one of the most horrifying enemies we've got. I love him. I love his boss fight. It's so well made. He's such a well-made character. So why did they have to ruin him? They decided, you know what would be real funny to do? Let's make him not show up for the chapter, and then have him show up at the very end, so you really have no reason to hate him. You have no motivation to dislike him. Meanwhile, the Doctor, which is our comparison to Catnap in this chapter, and overall is a way better boss fight than Catnap. Like, you can get the Doctor's boss fight without needing to look up a tutorial. You'll need a tutorial for Catnap, at least 7. 7 the first time you fight him. Dowie, he's the most understandable boss fight I've ever played. Played Catnap, I needed 7 goddamn tutorials. Yarnaby, oh my god, he is an incredibly good boss fight. Yarnaby is actually one that kind of requires a tutorial. But only one, and it's just so you know where things are. Besides that one tutorial, you don't need anything else. And that is the important thing about Yarnaby. You might need 1 tutorial. You'll need at least 7 for Catnap. Because you just have to learn a lot of things from the tutorials, and that you won't be able to always know. He's not a good boss fight. Well, he is a good boss fight, it's just you need so much. It's not well explained. I mean, it's fun, but it's not well explained. Like, I would replay the boss fight, it's just it's not well explained, you know? Like, if you wanted to have a video that is every boss fight in every Poppy Playtime chapter for next Halloween, then I might do that. Do that as just a cool way to like reminisce on the fact that we will do that we did every chapter at the very beginning of Halloween of 2025, 2026. Next being the next one. I just think that would be cool. It's more of a personal thing and a lot less of a me thing. I think it would be cool. Now, anyways, make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching this video. Though you probably already are subscribed if you're watching the Chapter 4 2-hour-long video. It is pretty decent that we had Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 as premieres and Chapters 1 and 2 are not. The reason was because Chapters 3 and 4 are goddamn movies. They take up so much time and energy and effort and all of that just to make them. So it would be really nice if you hit that bell and subscribed and watched every video I post. I mean, I hope you enjoy my content, but I can't be confident myself like that. I think the Doctor is a better antagonist than Catnap. I think Catnap is a cooler one. And if they didn't decide that Miss Delight and Dog Day deserved to exist in the chat, no, they decided that Miss Delight didn't need to exist in the schoolhouse section, that could have been the most horrifying and fun section of the game. With more Catnap threats. He's still just stalking you. He'll never actually harm you in the schoolhouse area. Nor does he do anything to the generator. It's perfectly fine. And you don't have a counselor's office section. Instead, the path to his boss fight in the gas production thing, like you get the big battery and put it in, then Catnap is fully freed. But instead of going up, you go down into another, way more horrifying section of the gas production zone, deeper in, where you sent to the gas. That's where the gas is. So now you have to go ahead, try and deactivate the thing. thing, or reactivate this elevator, which will send you to the panic room. I think it would be cooler to have an entire 20-minute long section where you're stuck with Catnap in an area, but he's not actually going to kill you fully unless you meet him. He's just down there with you, and that is what's gonna make him cool. The red gas isn't gonna make you hallucinate some new form or something. It's gonna be perfectly normal, but like you're still down under the ground, deep enough where no one will find you. And then, as a teaser for Chapter 4, instead of just you figuring out what the Hour of Joy is, I don't want the tape to play. I want Poppy to insert it. Then, an eye shows up on the TV. The Doctor's eye. The VHS shoots out. As he says, as he summarizes what happened. That's what you need to know. Before knocking you and Poppy in. Now, I do have a body up here. Wait. And having it so hissy gets nearly killed by him. That would be an excellent finale. As the ultimate teaser for Chapter 4, showing you the main antagonist immediately. Showing you who really is the threat down there. But you won't know who he is. He'll only show up as question marks. Giving only more questions to be asked on who the supposed guy is. What the eye is. It would also distract everyone from the Ollies. From Ollie. Ollie is one of the easiest characters to guess as a prototype. This guy would immediately distract you because what if this eye thing is the prototype and Chapter 4 is your final chapter? There was actually good reason to believe that Chapter 4 was your final chapter. Considering, what the hell else would the prototype have against us now? You shouldn't have any more threats. And you're right, the prototype doesn't. Doc does. But Doctor has plenty of threats to send after you. But you, the prototype, useless. The prototype doesn't have anyone else protecting him. But Poppy kind of like, because like, you're going deeper down, trying to make it to the prototype. And we had reason to believe that the lab was below the gas production zone and stuff. It makes even more sense, but no.
Been there, done that.
I don't see any elevators or any path down there, which means I don't know how they were able to get any kid down into the labs. It seems like it would be really complicated. Like, how the hell did they do this? I mean, the secondary labs have a good explanation. And I like how, no matter what, you still have to kill the Doctor to escape. That is actually really cool for, like, the secondary lab section. What's up, your army? It's time to begin!
Please.
The beginning of the game. I think the Doctor again would be a really cool teaser for the end of Chapter 3 instead. With him being teased with no evidence on who or what this guy is. He doesn't even show up in the Chapter 4 trailers until the very last one. The final one. Joey shows up in a Chapter 4 trailer near the end of it. Because I think the Doctor works as the perfect antagonist. And the perfect thing to represent Chapter 4. Yarnamy has just as many sections as the Doctor does. The Doctor shows up so much more via words. He's everywhere you look. No matter where you are, the Doctor is there. Besides the Safe Haven, there is no place safe from him. That would make the name Safe Haven even better for Chapter 4. Though I still dislike how Chapter 4 is the only one that has a name that isn't a good one on, like, how the characters act. Like, Chapter 1, I think it was, like, a tight squeeze, which refers to Huggy Wuggy and what he does. Chapter 2, a fly in a web, which shows that you are pathetic compared to Molly Longlegs. Chapter 3, Deep Sleep, referencing the fact that catnap abilities are based on sleep. And then Chapter 4 is Safe Haven for some reason. But I think a puppet. I'm sorry. We need you. It's a good pun, isn't it? Or no longer needed. Like in dough. To make it seem more doughy like, but also to show that you are no longer needed. To show how the doctor treats all of his experiments that aren't needed anymore. Yeah, time to move forward and time to beat Yarnaby in this chase section, suckers! Like, all I'm saying is that Chapter 4 would be better, but it is still the best chapter by far. Why is it? Trackpad there. Get rid of it. But, now, let's move forward. Let's go, Joey. Open the door. Open it. Open it. Open it. Boom. Into the vents. Into the vents. Into the vents. Into the vents. Vent. Time to be sus, suckers. We're entering the vent. Gotcha, Yarnaby. See you never. Unmasked. I need to believe this is true. Back in the day, they used to whenever a archer was captured, they used to take their middle finger because I believe that is the main finger they used to, use archery. Whenever an archer who somehow kept their middle finger before, without getting cut off, escaped from captivity, they would flip off the prison guards and stuff to basically show you forgot something, and I find that hilarious. Now, anyways, what's up, Pianosaurs? Who's ready for 7 seconds of screen time? And who's ready for entire lines of merch to be made for you? You look at me and I look at you, and I'm about to say, time to meet you at the back of the zoo. See you never, Pianosaurus. It's Varnati. Got him. Time to meet the main antagonist. Well, character, actually. The antagonist has already been met. That was the doctor. Chapter 4 can be better, and Chapter 3 can be better as well. Chapter 3 needs improvement. I would severely like being stuck in the gas production zone's deepest sector with catnap over the counselor's office section, because I don't think it brings or provides. And I would like Miss Delight to instead be removed of catnap lurking all over the place. And you meet Miss Delight at the end of it. And see her basically taking out a bunch of threats that you see as threatening. Like, basically showing her try and break batteries and stuff. Stuff that you need those batteries to escape, but she physically can't harm you unless you really just run into her, which then she'll jump scare you. But besides that, it would be like a secret jump scare. But before you deal with that, you see Catnap grab her by the neck and rip her in half before grabbing her. The only words you hear being, "For the prototype." With her basically doing this giant amount of murder for the prototype. And maybe we could just increase playhouse time, like remove most of the schoolhouse section, but instead increase the amount of time you spend in the playhouse. Because, like, I had so much fun in the playhouse section. Like, yeah, I've been doing a puzzle in there. I think Dog Day's whole puzzle section in there was awesome. Now, Joey, there are some nasty falls down here. Joey's such an endearing character. I love him. Can't wait to brutally murder him in, like, 160 minutes. No. In about...
So, have you seen Poppy anywhere?
95 minutes.
Ollie said she was around.
Look, man, I may be in honors math. At my grade level, but I still have to struggle a bit to do basic math. I mean, yeah, it's only 35 plus 60 for the hour and 45 minutes that we have left until we have to murder this kid. Well, technically less than that. We technically have less time than that, but still, I don't have the exact minute marker whenever we kill Dory, so I won't give you the correct number yet. If I find it and do the correct math, then yes, you'll be given the number. Now, for my least favorite chapter, it still has to go to chapter 3. I loved chapter 3. I thought chapter 3 had such good moments. But chapter 3 has so many moments that ruined it. Yes, I know it needs to be re-experienced. I know that. There is no way that that's how it's supposed to be experienced. Well, chapter 1, as much as it sucks that it's like 2 seconds long, because I think chapter 1 could have been a really interesting chapter. Like, just allow it to expand. I wanted chapter 1 deluxe edition. That's the size of like chapters 3 or 4. That ends in more than just a Huggy chase. With Huggy climbing back up at the end of the chase for a full-on fight, with you having to kill him then. I think the Doughy fight was a masterpiece, because they had a chase-exclusive way to kill someone, and then a boss-exclusive way. So, Yarnaby had the entire No Man's Land, so technically, Yarnaby has the best boss fight by default. Like, his boss fight's like an hour long, man! I mean, by technicality, it is a boss fight, and by technicality, it is the hardest one in the entire series. And by technicality, I love No Man's Land, but I love the No Man's Land section. I've also died to Yarnby the most times. About 2 hours is the amount of time that this video takes up. And if those about 2 hours, yeah, nah, I'm not joking when I tell you. They are a joke, pretty much. Here's what makes them joking. Here's what makes them weird, honestly. Because that is the fastest I've ever beaten the game. I'm not joking. That is the fastest I've ever beaten the game. My first time, it was 8 hours. My second time, it was 3 hours. And the second time was during like a long car trip. Car trip during to like, I think it was to an amusement park. I'm not gonna tell you which one. Obviously, I'm not gonna explain because you're gonna make so many assumptions and you're probably gonna find my location. I mean, you guys probably all play GeoGuessr like a bunch of idiots. You guys all don't have dads and all play GeoGuessrs, or you were all robot and you still play GeoGuessr. I'm not excluding the bots when I say y'all play GeoGuessr. The time for the worst puzzle here. Seriously, I dislike this gear puzzle. I remember when, like, Chapter 4 first came out, and I have never experienced something just as good as this could have been. Chapter 4's release date was at the perfect time when I was mentally unstable enough to still really like Poppy Playtime, but mentally stable enough to be able to handle horror games. And it was the perfect moment. I have now ascended, and now I am mentally stable enough to be able to handle a Poppy Playtime games. Or I am too mentally stable now. Trust me when I say that's not gonna stay, but you know, it's probably gonna change in like a week or something. You can't be too mentally stable. I mean, if you react to an entire place burning down and you're just like, well, that sucks. You're desensitized, which isn't being, okay with it, but you're desensitized. You can't see the darkness. The darkness is made of Adderall. Now, anyways, what is the weirdest insult you've ever been called? Because if they're creative enough, I might include them in, like, the videos and stuff. Some of your comments will get included in videos, and that will not make you internet famous, but it will make me famous. I will actively have to deal with looking at your pathetic little comment for, like, an hour straight as I edit these absolutely god dang long videos. I do have an editor, but I don't always need to use him, and I shouldn't really always have to use him, because he has a loaded schedule. He's doing, like, a bunch of different things. He uses Final Cut Pro, which I'm pretty sure is the stuff that they edit movies with, so, yeah. And to be fair, on my main channel, we are making a movie-long project, which is actually the point here. What I'm saying is that there's enough of a point here. There's enough. Put it in, goddammit. Put it in, for the love of God. Just get that one out. That one in. Now we can try something different. What work? This has happened to me before. Yeah, I think this will work. Perfect. Let's go. It's a straight shot from here, and our first teaser of what the prototype might look like. I think for Chapter 5's teaser that you got at the end, I think that's awesome. If you've seen Huggy at the beginning in that teaser, I also think we should have just straight up seen more than just the prototype's claw, maybe like part of his arm reach out at us. Like you see Huggy, then you fall on the floor as a vent opens up, revealing the claw of the prototype with a full arm. Then Chapter 4 ends being way more satisfactory for people. Because I think Chapter 4 is weirdly controversial. I don't get its controversy. It feels better than Chapter 3. It plays better than Chapter 3. Its horror is a little worse than Chapter 3. I agree with you on that. Like, I think Chapter 4's horror is way worse than Chapter 3, so I disagree, because it still has pretty decent horror moments. It's just, Chapter 3's horror is a different style of horror than Chapter 4 does. Chapter 4 has horror like the rest of the game, and shocking that isn't as scary as Chapter 3's earth-bending, the absurdly weird, why is this chapter so insane horror. Like, yeah, Chapter 3 has more insane horror, but, like, Chapter 3 shouldn't really have that insane horror. I always think Chapter 3 should have very basic horror and really shouldn't be that complicated. But no, of course not. It's gonna have the most insane horror of them all. And is going to be one of the ones that don't lead to an obsession over it. I'm not joking. Like, I've had full-on obsessions over Chapters 4 and 2. I never had one for Chapter 3. I was giddy to play Chapter 2. Chapter 3, I was like, oh, I heard it's great, but, like, I have no evidence for that. Then I began playing the game, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Then I got through the Home Sweet Home section. I'm like, yes, that horror is perfect. Then I played through Mist the Light section, and I wanted to burn down the goddamn factory. I agree with you, Poppy. This place needs to explode. It deserves it. Then I replayed Chapter 4, and I was like, oh my god, back to my house. Back to home. Back to the fun. That is why I like Chapters 2 and 4. Because they're more calm, more collective. You feel like you're doing good, and then the ending comes crashing at you like a speeding bullet train. That is what makes Chapters 2 and 4 great. Chapter 2, it's literally a speeding bullet train. Like, yeah, we're going down the rail, now we're going to bang! We fell off on a cliff, and no one gives a...
Over here.
Then Chapter 3 comes in and has one of the weirdest beginnings yet. Chapter 3 has such good horror in it. You know the death is coming for you. And when Catnap's in there, he's stealing the goddamn show. The end of the counselor's office section, please just make the entire counselor's office section. Like, just make it so, like, you enter the counselor's office. Then Catnap unlatches himself from the wall and hits you in the head. And that's your red gassed. You solve the generator in the red gas because you can still physically exist in it. And you like get the whole generator working. It's literally just 2 batteries placed into a generator section instead of how it was in the original game. I think that would be awesome. Like, oh yeah, you're going through, you gotta hit those batteries in, but you get to see the horrors you've never seen before. For in the ending, shows, instead of the ending just being you in the basic section, you see the prototype's claw leaking in. Then you see a silhouette, but almost kindly, because it's a silhouette of the statue that Catnap is at. You see the statue, then you see Catnap. As you turn around to face him, a crushes you under his paw. That's how you die.
Something. I want to talk to you.
Almost. A teaser to chapter 4 again. You see, this. Joey's arm reaching out and
I heard what you did above.
catnap before
You
devolving
survived.
back into the
all
greater,
true.
into like the great thing that you're
We
standing on.
need your help.
And that's how it ends.
voice
there.
out there.
You've done
The one in the
You've done the
prison.
impossible in saving
They
yourself
called
from
him
catnap.
the doctor.
And now you're in the counselor's
Dr.
office.
Harley Sawyer.
Leave
He
now.
was the scientist.
And he
in charge
gives
of
you a
creating
path out.
us.
An exact one.
We don't know what he
Would lead
is.
to a secret
How
ending.
he's still alive. But
Where
he
you would have
works
to
with
fight
the
Poppy.
prototype.
But you follow the
Haunting
path
us,
and you are able
starving
to
us,
escape.
making us sick.
Prototype barely being unable to get you. And you escape to his own detriment. But, did you?
He controls it all.
Now
with an
anyways, Joey, we need to fix this goddamn generator,
The
man.
executives used them.
Get this thing ready.
It's a battery,
You
a
know,
key, the master
generator's
control
not in
to
good condition.
anything in the
Poppy
entire
is right.
factory.
Destroy the
With it,
factory?
he commands
Destroy
everything
him.
down here.
I've been practicing that lot.
Everything.
I don't know why, I just find it
But
fun.
this.
But I've also been practicing like every goddamn doctor.
completely on its
I
own
think I
grid,
can do one of
away
them off
from
the
the
top of my
prison.
head. Let's go with that
time,
one that you
for
that
safe.
said in the elevator section. Do you
I
hear
need
it
you to
too?
stop the
I just need
doctor.
a bell.
To take his
Ringing.
on the hand.
Boom does it toll, you think?
And
A wounded little pup
smoke found
raises its head before the shadow of its master's raised foot. Who does the bell toll now?
boys out there in safe haven. They're my family.
That's not the original quote.
Destroy the
Also, I
factory.
think the cool idea would be Joey
Destroy
surviving the end of chapter 4. Not as an
ask you to
antagonist for
consider
chapter 3.
if we
For chapter
throw
5.
everything
As your only
away.
protagonist
Everyone.
who doesn't show up, really.
Just to kill the prototype.
You'll see movements that you think might be him, but doesn't show up as seriously as he ever did in chapter 5 until Huggy tries to attack you one last time. Time before Joey boldly jumps in and tries to
Though
stop
the
him.
others might believe
You're able
it's
to
right,
reason with the raging
should
monster,
bury everything.
and that would be how you're ready to stop the prototype.
Let's just think.
With you, Huggy, and Joey ready to face
Head
up.
for the infirmary whenever you're ready to leave.
Kill
There's sewer access inside.
prototype.
That's your safest
And
path
Poppy
to
goes
the no
down.
man's land.
Poppy says hi.
And
Poppy tells you you're wrong. Poppy tries
if you
to
need
tell
to
you to
catch your
die.
breath,
And you kill
our safe haven is also
Force.
yours.
Aim your hand at her. She tries to rip off your entire grab pack. She does. But also her head ripped off too, that grab pack. And that would be out of chapter 8. Now, where's the infirmary? I keep on forgetting. Yep, there it is. Let's go. Move forward. I do not care that you're sick. I do not care about you. I will never care about you. I'm moving forward. Into the catacombs we go. We're headed to no man's land, suckers. And none of us will turn back. Let's go. We're headed to no man's land with a hefty fine of 59. 99. We... Now, Poppy. What's up, Joey? I like how Joey has a good opinion and Poppy is a terrible person. Okay, words cannot dignify how much I want to shove Poppy into a wall and bludgeon her. Nothing. Words could not describe it, and I have no words that could. Now, anyway, I hate her. Ever since chapter 2, I've despised her. Doll. I barely trusted her in chapter 3. Chapter 4 at the ending, when, yeah, I know that that's a decision I would have made if I had a choice, but you still betrayed us, and you're at fault for this. You're the one who told us we need to bomb the factory. I was chill with just me and Joey chilling here and save the orphan till we get out. Get out after killing the prototype. That seems like a good idea. Now, obviously, the prototype is practically immortal, so that's going to be a real asshole to do. I think we're all forgetting that the prototype is practically immortal. I think we're all forgetting that. 1006 is practically immortal. How the hell are we gonna kill him in chapter 5? Do we just stroll up to him and de-immortal him? Like, do we just go ahead and stroll up to him and say, you know what, I don't chill with you being immortal. You're not immortal anymore. You don't have a say in this. Screw you. Either that's how we're gonna have this attitude. I mean, fair, but hey, that's a bit rude. Rude, isn't it? No, anyways, that's just how things gotta be sometimes. It's gotta be a bit rude, innit? All life gotta be. Sometimes you gotta be British. Fate worse than death. I am so sorry to any of my British viewers. I am a stupid American. You probably eat more calories than you've seen in your goddamn life. And that's fair. You guys are in such better shape than us. We might be eating orbs, but at least we're trying to be good at our jobs. We aren't, but we may try. We will never succeed, because we are absolutely the worst. Just because we suck as human beings doesn't mean we didn't get the Pope. We have the Pope. Don't ignore the factor of us having the goddamn Pope. I think that's a cool thing. Look, man, in America, we have a horribly run country, but we have the Pope under our name. He's from Chicago. He's from Chicago. I mean, it's insane. Forward, Arnaby, what's up? You all remember when we watched the Chapter 4 trailer and we all didn't notice that the red hand was there? Yes, I agree with you when I say that we did just swap hands magically. I tried swapping hands mid-cutscene and, well, the game doesn't have an animation for that. Hold on, that trackpad's still there. That needs to be handled. Hold on. Are we gonna remove this? Because this is gonna bug me for the rest of time. Please remove the damn trackpad. How long does it take me to notice? Maybe till then. How long is this gonna take my younger self to notice? Actually, I'm going to check real quick. What's up, gang? This is recording session number 2. Yes, I didn't tell you when my recording sessions were, but they normally are not just one for these 2-hour-long episodes. This one's exactly 2 hours long, or about 2 hours long, with some extra delays and stuff. It is about 2 hours long. It's still pissing me off that trackpad is there. But basically, what has happened was a very good thing. We were able to fix the bug, and we were able to get the recording for the end of the chapter. Which means, yes, you get to see the very end of the game, which is one of my favorite moments. Like, remember when that ending first came out? It was wild. Like, wow, that ending was insane. I was not expecting such a good ending. Really until, like, a chapter. Sure. From a gameplay, storytelling, from every perspective but horror, Chapter 4 beats Chapter 3 in every way, shape, and form. But horror is a noticeable downgrade. Like, you're less scared in it, because, like, just look at this little goofball. He's, like, the main threat that you have. And obviously, you love him. The Doctor, lovable character design. He is an excellent villain, though. His whole goal is to get deep into your skin. Chapter 4 is rushed, and that is very seal. The other chapters don't seem rushed. Chapter 3 took its sweet will of giddily time. What's with all those simples? I don't think I noticed it. I don't even know if that's a real word, or if that means anything, but yeah. Now, I'm hoping that this is already released, but I was planning on releasing a video on the Donkey Kong DLC, hopefully. The Bonanza DLC. Now, obviously, this may not happen, but, you know. Hope this releases already. If it hasn't, then, well, that sucks. Now, for the final chapter, what are we gonna do with Chapter 5? We are gonna cover it, folks. If it's anything like Chapter 4, it's getting covered. If it's a lot more like Chapter 3, it's a bit more iffy if it gets covered. Seriously, I did not have fun recording Chapter 3. Chapter 3 was decent, but, I don't get the hype. Chapter 2 was better than Chapter 3. I was scared significantly more in Chapter 2 as well. The correct scared. Same for Chapter 4. I feel the correct level of scared for Chapter 4. For Chapter 3, I felt scared for different reasons than I'm supposed to. I was still scared. It is the most horrifying chapter, but it's not the best one from a gameplay perspective. From a gameplay perspective, Chapter 4 trumps Chapter 3. It's so much better. You're doing actually fun gameplay. The boss fights are intuitive, secretive, and way harder. You have to deal with genuine mechanics. The boss fights are genuinely well explained, or in other terms, not explained at all, but you get how it works to... the No Man's Land just makes sense as a puzzle. The Doctor just makes sense as a puzzle. Puzzle/boss fights. Joey makes sense as a boss fight. That is the important part. It makes sense. Chapter 3, you have to make stuff up to get it. They had to explain the boss fights in Chapter 3. That's why Ollie really is there. Just besides the storytelling thing of who Ollie is and what Ollie does, besides that storytelling nonsense, he only serves one purpose: to explain what every boss fight's supposed to be. The Catnap is an excellent boss fight if you're able to understand it. I am unable to understand it half the time, but it was really fun. Now, I did not record the ending to it because I was 1, too lazy to do that. 2, I did not want to do that crap, man. I was able to record the ending for Chapter 4 because I genuinely love Chapter 4 with a passion. There is so much more love for Chapter 4 in my heart than Chapter 3, 2, or 1 ever could. Chapter 4 has such good horror because, unlike Chapter 3, it shook me to my very core when I first saw it. Its horror makes you realize that everything you did was your action and those were your crimes. That is what makes Chapter 4 excellent. Chapter 4 is about realizing that you are that you are just as bad as the prototype. Not technically, yes. Not technically yet. You technically haven't done the bad actions, but you have the same mindset. You've still committed the murders. You've still done the crimes. It's all about making you realize that is what makes it scary. It shakes you to your spine, stabs your spine out, and replaces your spine with no hope. That is what makes Chapter 4 terrifying. Chapter 3 nearly as horrifying on a first viewing. On the second viewing of Chapter 3, though, Chapter 3 is a way scarier than Chapter 4 from a mere standpoint of, well, it's psychological versus physical horror. In Chapter 3, you can see the monster. In Chapter 4, it's all about being unable to see it and being the monster yourself. It's about mental anguish. It's never been about a game called so much in the Yarnaby section, you can't see Yarnaby and you're just hiding by your own fears. In the Doctor section, you're just running away aimlessly and don't know where you're going because you can barely see him. But he's everywhere and he can see you all the time. You cannot see the monster, but the monster can see you. Is excellent horror. I think Chapter 4 has some of the most horrifying moments in it. I won't stop in the catnap section to try and get security and check and stuff. You don't do that. In every boss fight, you aren't scared of them because they're scary. You're scared of them because they're annoying. Yeah, Miss Stonelight is simple enough. I hate her as a boss fight, though. In my controversial opinion, I think Chapter 4 is 10 times better than Chapter 3. I think it's excellent. The horror is actively spine-chilling. Because now you know these toys are made of orphans. And that's going to make you reconsider your actions when you kill them. You do all of that. When you first meet the Doctor for the first time, he really shows you that he's just better. The first time I watched the Chapter 4 playthrough, I was shook into my very core compared to Chapter 3, where it's basically only scary if you're the one playing it, and it's just because you're scared that they're gonna reset your progress the second that beam goes down. And beforehand, it was actively excellent. Everything to Home Sweet Home was some of the best horror I've ever played in a game. Some of the most creative and hard puzzles I have played in a game. Chapter 3, such a good start. I was like, okay, I can see why people think this is better than Chapter 4. Because while Chapter 4 is just collectively better than this, I think Chapter 3 has a shot. Then I got the Mr. Light section and I wanted to... The amount of times I wanted to tear this little school teacher apart. But they reset your progress entirely and don't save every goddamn millisecond is absurd. Chapter 3 is less scary in my opinion than Chapter 4, and I think that is a genuine issue of Chapter 3. Chapter 4 has so much fear involved. You're supposed to be afraid of it the first time you see it, not the second time. Chapter 4 is only really that scary the second time. Chapter 4 is that scary the first time because you immediately know the toys are different. You know that from the get-go. You didn't know that from the get-go with Chapter 3. You didn't feel bad about any of your actions. You immediately notice. And they hype it up. They tell you it's hell because it is, and I love it. I think the theming around the game is super good. I think the fact that there's only like 19 real locations in the game instead of only 85 that are in Chapter 3. I know it's not 85. I know it's actually like 4 Chapter 3. But feels like there's less distinct locations because you don't want to die every 3 seconds you're playing the game because you're afraid of a beast being there. You're afraid of what you don't know. Chapter 4, you're gonna know it. All the enemies are so cool, they're gonna hype them up. Like, Miss Delight, you won't hype her up. Dog Day, you wouldn't hype Dog Day up. I think he doesn't deserve hyping, he's so cool. But just for a boss fight, he's actually hyped up, and I loved his chase. Catnap, hyped up, loved his chase. They need to start hyping up every single character, because they didn't hype up Miss Delight. She wasn't hyped up. She just existed. That's her issue. She exists. Kind of, but not really. She doesn't exist much. That is her issue. She exists as a character. God damn, where did you come from? This story is only rage-inducing because they don't hype her up. Dog Day may be hyped up, but all the other threats really aren't that hyped up in the storyline itself. Besides catnap and stuff. You never know what could have been in the counselor's office. Just because there wasn't a threat there, doesn't mean there couldn't have been. The counselor's office is covered by YouTube so little that you won't even know if it's there. You just won't. You genuinely never can, never will, and never will. That is the issue. You're dealing with one of the hardest sections the game has offered. The counselor's office section is only scary because you do not know what it's there, and that is why I cut it out of the chapter. It wasn't scary, but it was just a bit too. Yeah, I'm a little scared of it, but I'm not that scared. Chapter 3's ending? That's fine, Don't see how joy is when it was so hyped up throughout the chapter. That was great. I think we need to start hyping things up a bit more in these chapters. Chapter 4 hyped up everything. Perfect. Besides Canistors, they really should have given that guy a home. Please didn't. I'm just saying, I think a statue's like gimmick, except that he works differently. He's the one who has to play statue. You don't have to. Instead of when the lights are on, it's when the music is being played. And like you're just inside that room and you basically have a security camera and you're trying to open up all of the doors behind Pianosaurus. Which would lead into one last chase scene with Piano. And then after that Piano chase right at the end, you get cornered again by him on the opposite side here. On the side that would lead to that path to the safe haven. Then Doughy shows up from the area you entered from. Yes, actually. And then he grabs Piano, and that would be Piano's death scene. Instead of overhyping Pianosaurus and not delivering on Pianosaurus and then killing him would be cooler. Statues gimmick, except he's the one who has to play statues. And what you're doing is trying to find batteries. But he moves a bit faster than almost any other antagonist in the game. So, when the music is playing, you have to find a hiding spot. Not very much. But when the music stops playing, you don't. And no, we can't corner you in any hiding spots. The hiding spots will always have 2 entrances. That is the idea. And there's not multiple Pianosauruses, you guys. I think that idea would be an excellent idea for a horror character. Where your main antagonist just hunts you down in the most gruesome and horrific way possible. Where you just see them getting closer as you're solving and placing batteries in. And then you just see him die. They die in one of the best ways possible by Doughy. To introduce Doughy. I think that would be scarier than how he dies in the base game. He just dies by Doughy. I get that he was always intended to be killed, but I still think it would be cooler if you had to do a very basic boss fight. It would only last a minute or 2. But best, still making him less utilized than Yarnaby, the Doctor, or Doughy. I think a lot of people really overhyped the nightmare critters to themselves. Because they're just critters. You don't want to overhype them. They aren't utilized that much because they didn't need to be. The Doctor, Yarny, and Doughy were not underutilized. Doughy helps you throughout the entire chapter and is overall a really cool character and is used a lot. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. Let's go ahead and look at, how about this one? The scene where Doughy, Yarnaby. He wasn't underutilized. And you might be disappointed that he might have not been fully utilized to your opinion of what he would be great as, but Yarnaby was not underutilized. He has 2 whole sections. That's more than any character has ever had in the Poppy Playtime series. Not joking. The Doctor, was he underutilized? Not much, actually. He's constantly looking for you. He's appearing so much. I think from a storytelling appearance, all 3 of the main villains show up plenty. I think from a gameplay perspective, they don't show up as much as you think. But, from a gameplay approach, I guess you could say that the Doctor boss fight was really easy, but it's not. It took me a solid hour to get that one done. Now, maybe I'm just really bad at video games, but I also beat Cuphead, so I have enough to claim that I am not bad at video games. It only took me 50 hours to beat a Cuphead, and it took me 2 hours to beat the DLC, so I did get significantly better. And that is including all the stuff required to 100% the game, the base game. I did not drop 100-wing that DLC. I could eventually. You guys would be interested in the Cuphead playthrough, tell me in the goddamn comments. Also, forgot to tell you this earlier, like and subscribe now. If you're watching to the 58-minute mark, you should subscribe to the channel. I think that's just respectable. Now, anyways, we're nearly done with this whole puzzle thing. Now, obviously, I will play other games other than Sonic, though that is my passion here. Sonic games will be our main things covered. I'll cover other things, but it's mostly Sonic. Because I think it would be interesting to have just Sonic-themed areas as our main thing. Now, obviously, I think I did cover this already, but Crossroads is being covered. We can confirm that we're going to officially cover Crossroads. Now, when are we officially covering Crossroads is an excellent question, but hoping soon. Well, actually, we did already. Anyways, time for the Yarnaby chase. I mean, I liked the Yarnaby chase. I think it could have been better. Like, the Monster Doughy chase was a better chase than the Yarnaby one. But also, I think it's because Yarnaby had a whole damn boss fight that was the most complicated one I have seen in a horror game before. There were definitely more complicated ones in horror games, I just haven't seen them. Like, this is a Dog Day style chase, and we all loved that one. Like, it's just turning and then grappling at one moment to get that one correct. Oh my god! I don't even scared that. I did not realize that they did that. Like, because I played, like, I know the original game. I always saw that one. I never knew that they changed that death scene to be so much better. Like, that is an incredible scene. I think it's awesome that Yarnaby's chasing you down like that. I think this worked perfectly. Now, anyways, back to where we are. Get this ready, get forward, time to go ahead and enter the tube. Obviously, there has to be stuff over here. No, go back to the tube, we have to go fast. We have to fit this in 2 hours or else I can't record this crap. I'm not that good. I'm not good enough for that. Now, of course, we have officially hit above the hour mark. Obviously, this is also the first 20 minutes of the recording session of Chapter 4's videos. Yay! Now, for the Chapter 4 video, what else do we have for Chapter 4? I think Chapter 4 did need more time in the oven. I agree with everyone when they say that. I think its mobile game is perfectly great, though. I mean, I think of it as an excellent game. It's just, it still needed more time to goddamn book. Like, yeah, it's great. I just think a lot of people wanted more horror after Chapter 3. I think Chapter 3 was such good horror. They all wanted more. They should have expected what a Poppy Playtime game is. An excellent horror experience with its main storyline. Scary. The horror of Chapter 4 is basically, that first time you play through it, it's spine-chilling. That second time you're so unfazed.
And to think playtime has
It took me a solid week for me to get over my fear of Chapter 4. And that is insane and unprecedented. With every other Chapter game, I immediately didn't have a fear of it. I didn't even know Chapter 3 was coming. I knew Chapter 4 was coming. And I think Chapter 4 is an excellent series. Like, excellent game. In general. Now, anyways, continuing on from our previous conversation, time to move forward. Now, obviously, I found the rest of my recording. Yes, I severely it crashed, but I found the rest. Don't worry, I edit these things in such a way where they consistently are crashing. This is 2 hours worth of footage. So, please have mercy. Now, time for the fun parts. Because, like, the rest of this chapter, the whole gimmick is how ungodly good its horror really is. I think the Doctor's whole big spiel and Doctor section is excellent levels of horror. Like, you're just going through it, going through the motions, and dealing with one of the most scary antagonists I have seen in a video game. Like, the Doctor knows exactly who you are, how you act, what you do. He is taking notes. He knows every part of your fears. And I think that should have been implemented better. I think no matter how good of a character he is, and no matter how good his boss fight could be, he will always be underutilized by how good he is as a character. He severely needs to be utilized more than he really should ever have been. Like, his utilization is absurdly low, even though it's not really low, it's just, he's not that needed for all that utilization. Like, I find it cool if he was roaming constantly as a consistent threat out of the side of the safe haven. Just always there. Never not watching. Which we could, actually. I'd hope that they add that as, like, a feature. Like, the fact that he doesn't just immediately kill you makes me think that that was intended. Because, like, it's so good. No, Poppy did not tell me that she was part of the Hour of Joy. That sneaky little snitch.
So
I'm not on her side either. I'm on Doey's side.
did she tell you her
Not on your side, necessarily. That's just because that's how the story ends. I'd be on yours. Yeah, I agree with you. They created hell and trapped the both of us in it.
Yes.
You're right.
That wouldn't
I know.
surprise me. Has she not shown you along?
Anyways, this whole thing, how the storyline goes, I think, as a chapter, I think chapter 3 is just objectively, not even objectively, it's just worse. There's no way it's objectively worse. It's objectively better as a horror game. The horror in chapter 3 really makes you question how you act, but it doesn't.
You realize
Not to the point of chapter 4's horror. Chapter 4, you're like, what? In chapter 4, you know what you're doing wrong. You know you're evil. You know you're the bad guy. That's always been the case. Now time for us to brute force this code, suckers. Prepare to get brute force. You're gonna get brute force code. We're never gonna see you again. Prepare to get brute force code. You're never gonna be seen again. We're gonna brute force it. Brute force the code. Brute force it. I am so sorry for my musical numbers. I keep them in every episode just to annoy you enough. You deserve this fate, but hey. So we're not doing the secondary lab section, like, at all. I do not want to do it fully. It's so annoying. But at least, unlike, the counselor's office in chapter 3, you don't have to do it. It's optional. I like calling the section optional when it requires you to do stuff to get a code for it, because you can just look up the code. You don't need to do the puzzle. You don't need to be in the secondary lab section. You don't need to do any of that. You can just brute force it and go forward, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna brute force our way directly through this. Thank God, now I'm getting down these things. I also know that later in the scenes, there's plenty of funny things. And now we gotta move forward. That is the TV where you get to see the doctor's whole spiel. I really think the amount that they hype the doctor up for is so much, I don't think I could meet it. Though again, the idea of many of him all roaming down there, roaming around looking for you makes sense, but from a lore perspective, they don't. Like, he has a defense on why he can't just make it to you. He can't just walk his way over the boiler room. Single-handedly stops his way from just leaving the place. We avoided having to go through the boiler room by getting this bad boy on. And I don't think he could have gotten that bad boy on. If he could have, oh my, he had an escape right there. He could have just gone down this elevator, then gone on this. The other issue is that just leads into the safe haven, which, actually, hold on. Why didn't he attack the safe haven via that path? It leads directly into it. They never have that area closed. There's a door for it. Yeah, I know it's slow, but like him merely entering would be enough to take down all those small little critters. And he could probably move forward. Hold on, are you ripping off my face? I didn't have the gas mask on. I know you intended to have it on, and that makes so much more sense on why you don't have it anymore. But did they just rip off the damn face? Now we have no face, but we need to have skin. Now, again, as we have the storyline, I think the doctor definitely could take a path into the safe haven, and definitely could make it in if he's, quiet enough, and he's not necessarily the loudest. He doesn't make loud noises unless he's running, which he didn't have to do. He can just sneak in. Mysterious, like night, then just get you. He would immediately be able to beat the safe haven in a fight, because I doubt that Doey really can stop him. 2,000. Because that car probably could fit 15 of them. That is the issue. 15 doctor bodies, all of them being snuck in one at a time. No matter how hard you fight back, he has more and he has more and more and more. He has infinite supply of them. And even beating one's not going to really help him. help you because he can just take the other ones and leave. Yeah, you don't have to fret for now, but he can just do some repairing and uh-oh, suddenly you have an infinite army going after you. Don't you hate when that happens? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. For 40 easy payments of $5.99, you can buy this. Whatever this thing is. This thing is called plot convenience. Here's what it does. Basically, it just stops things from happening because it's inconvenient to the storyline. You don't get to write it, I do. I write it in my basement after you give me all of your background information. But you're going to be able to stop so many bad things from happening via plot convenience. The more you pay me, the more in your favor this thing's going to be. And yes, no, we don't allow $15 payments. It has to be 3 easy payments of $5.99. Do the math, it's actually $18. So hand me that money. We can get this done immediately. But I'd rather make you do it over time, so when you forget it, I can sue you for not paying your bills. Because you have to sign this legally binding contract if you're done buying the first one. Obviously. Now, but anyways, that's just a stupid battery puzzle. Put it in. Now deal with Bobog shops. I think the fact that the doctor only harms you and isn't always instant killing you seems like an issue. But also, there's so many of him, it makes sense, and I think it would be cooler if he was just everywhere then. Like, I think because he can't fully kill you, I think him just constantly roaming every place you look. Even in that section with, like, Yari who chased you down, he was always just there pursuing you. Like, always. He knows where you are exactly, and is, well, slow, is stronger, like, triple the strength of a critter. So a critter would take 4 of them to get you. He can get you in 2 hits. So you have to be relatively quick. You can't be in every area forever because the doctor will find you. Now, the only issue is that, well, he still couldn't escape. He didn't have to go on the train in reverse, which he could actually. Right. I mean, yeah, he might weigh quite a bit because he's a metallic skeleton, but I don't think he weighed 10 million pounds, so yeah. Now, time for me to show you a really cool thing you can do in this section. I'm going to show you it real soon. Time for the doctor. What's up, Doc? Nice to meet you. No, actually, I don't believe that yet.
Dear friend, let me illuminate.
Pretty obvious, actually. What's the truth?
Survival necessitates.
Yes, you're correct. Survival does. What do you want, Doc? Do you want me to murder this guy? I mean, I'm perfectly willing to murder him. But I know a really funny strategy that I saw in the actual Spiff video, and I want to test it out. So I'm sorry if I start fumbling all over the place, but I'm going to test out the actual Spiff strategy, you idiot.
Just the slightest pull.
I'm going to leave this guy to die. Because, let's look at it. Like, when you choose the Astral Spiff style, as I like to call it, where, like, where you spare him, you didn't spare him, you murdered him in the most gruesome way possible. Because you're leaving him in that tube to starve, instead of just giving him sweet release of death. That is what makes it an issue. Yes, there is a grappling thing there in the mobile version. I did not know. I will act as fast as I can, but, buddy, I love how you aren't actually being a good, merciful person. Get it in. Got it. Like, I think it's cool how, like, the issues that you deal with are better than most of the other ones. Like, with it, you're leaving them to die no matter what. You are still a villain. Relatively, there is no way you're the hero in the story. Like, you cannot be the hero here. You never will be, really. Oh, you can open that. Good. Wait, hold on. Jump up as well. First, to get...
Have it your way. Come on in.
Okay. Go, Doc. It's on. You're never gonna win this. Well, okay, you probably will win at least once. I always come back, sucker. I'm the main character, which means since you're my enemy, you legally have to die. Legally, you signed a contract by becoming a villain. You need to understand it. that's just the punishments for your actions. I find it really cool. I like your purple hands broken in chapter 4 at one moment, because they really should have had you lose the purple hand here. It's only used one more time in the set. It's only used 2 more times, really. And I believe those sections could have been cut out. I think losing the Omni hand, losing the purple hand to the Doctor would be a very cool ending. Because, like, the purple hand lasts more than a chapter. It currently has lasted 2 whole chapters. So, yeah. Isn't that like a reference to some piece of classic literature that I refuse to 1, remember, 2, read, or 3, do any of that? I mean, yeah, I think the pup sadly has to be the one to go. I mean, the evidence is going to him. Oh, you have to have all of your damn eyes on him. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, hey. Hold on. Was there like a trap door there? You've got to be kidding me. I hate when this happens. When you just walk into work and then this bullcrap happens? Now time for the Doctor fight. Activate this flashlight. You can barely see down here. Now, time for the easiest one and the one I've always done first, so there really is no reason to always do it first. You just gotta run. Just run, you'll never see the Doctor. Doctor until the end of this section where you get the battery. Boom! I know. Nope, I ain't doing that crap. Go the other direction and you'll make it over. Technically, the Doctor can enter, like, your main base area. Sometimes. It's a very rare occurrence. Because he's, like, drawn out of it, but he can technically enter.
The childish fantasy of a naive, broken man. They won't say.
God dang it, so it's basically just me, you, and your urge to murder the innocent. And fair enough, I mean, I think you include the urge to murder the innocent, but I mean, I wouldn't know. Personally, I don't have it, so I can't tell you. Let's go forward, folks. We need to face Doc. You're never gonna beat us, Doctor. We're more important than you. You're a cool antagonist, and I think you represent what the game is supposed to represent really good. But you still fail at your mission there. Because, like, what you're supposed to represent is how this is the first time the villain you're fighting is genuinely immoral. The first time that they have no morality. The first time that they aren't the hero. That is a first that this series has never seen before. And I think that is what makes it so cool. And that line that the Doctor just said, I think that might imply that this doesn't actually kill him. That he's pretending to have died. Why would he not? He has all the motivation to do so. Because we're trying to kill him. This area is very clearly almost staged. He isn't trying full throttle on us all the time. He's trying sometimes. But I think there's a chance that the Doctor survives and makes it to chapter 5. Because he buried himself so deep down, not you, not the prototype, not anyone can find him. So we couldn't have found him, and yet, look, he can technically enter our main area. Which is a very rare thing to occur, but it still can happen. It did pave the golden path. Forgot about this one thing, though. Try again. Omni, do it. My Omni in now. What's up, buddy? Time for the pre-rendered cutscene. You're gonna die, sucker! Bye-bye! You gotta be kidding me when this happens. Like, it would be incredibly awesome if that was something that actually didn't happen. Like, if we didn't stop him, if we didn't kill him there. But he represents something very important. He's the only immoral villain in the storyline. The only one that isn't literally you murdering a child. That is what makes it awesome. Because finally you aren't the villain for killing him. He was such a bad guy that you killing him makes you a hero. And that's not something that's common in Poppy Playtime. Not at all. Now after this, we have Foundation and Doughy, and then that's the end of the game, and I find that really interesting. A game that really just relies on that opening. The opening is so good, but the rest of the game makes it look horrid because of how much better the rest of the game is. The horror of Chapter 4 really should have been incentivized. Like, we should have seen more of the Doctor in Chapter 4. I think he should have shown up more, and I think when we killed him, we shouldn't have killed him. Like, I think when we took him down, he should have survived. But in, like, an end reveal that he lived. I think Ollie revealing that he was actually the prototype was an excellent reveal. Though, at the end of that Leaf Pierre section, what if it wasn't Huggy at the end of that hallway? What if it was the Doctor? He fluked us. He placed one of his screens in front of his actual brain tube to make it look like when you did an action that shouldn't kill him. Taking out the Omni chip shouldn't kill him in the slightest, as we've seen him do it before, as he placed it in and taking it out. Why would taking out and putting in the Omni chip kill him? That is the issue. Why should it kill him ever? Like, why would that kill him is the question. Which is why it's important to get out of that. Like, why could that kill him is really the question that we should be asking here. Because I think it would be cool if the Doctor survived and shown up at the end of Chapter 5. No, Chapter 4. But Chapter 4's ending can still feature Huggy. And what if this Poppy Play Park rumor that we have recently, what if that is not the sequel to the game, but a prequel going through the Poppy Play Park area? Because that would be cooler. It could feature all of the characters that we can know are dead, instead of having to introduce a bunch of new ones. It could be one last stand, making this game both a good beginning and ending, but really just showing off how much different Play Park would be. Because Play Park could be a different experience entirely. Like, it could use similar gimmicks with similar threats, but not the same ones. I think the only threat that could stay the same would be the Doctor. Which, if there was even any other prequels before it, would be hugely impactful with Chapter 4 here. Because killing the Doctor makes you seem more heroic as you keep discovering him. The only issue is that, well, he doesn't recognize you. So obviously, I don't know what Play Park actually is, but I think it would be interesting. So couldn't the Doctor make it here? Like, the Doctor's lab base area has access to that elevator and technically should be able to do this. Like, the only thing stopping him, I guess, is this, but you can access the secondary lab and the Doctor's area differently and take this thing still. That thing isn't at, like, the end of this. It's near the end of a secondary lab section. You think you wouldn't be able to use that and just go across there like that and just make it there? Like, that just seems like something he could possibly do. Now, how do we do this? What are we even supposed to do in this section? I think for, like, the whole Doughy section, that it is really cool that you get to just see how Doughy acts. Because I think Doughy was such a good helper and protagonist that when he does actually have an impact still. But if you play through the whole game in the span of a day or two, he would have one of the most impactful impacts. Like, someone who's
done
never
what none
played
of
the
us
series,
ever could.
playing every single game.
And believe me, down here,
Like, I think that would be an interesting showcase of how it would work.
take a minute to catch your
Showing
breath.
horror to
I'm sure
another
the others would love to talk
spectacle.
with you. Doe
Like,
and I will be in the
I
generator
think that
room whenever you're ready.
spectacle of horror could be interesting at best. Probably more, though. It would be a new level. By making the horror be, it's your fault that you did this. That really is what I see as the most important fact in Doey's
Let's
whole,
get started.
in like chapter 4. Chapter 4's main
Losing the
theme,
doctor,
in my opinion at least,
it'll have gotten the
is
prototype's
how
attention.
you are willingly doing this.
He'll be scared.
You are
He
causing
knows he's losing
problems.
now. And the
You
orphans are all he
are
has.
no
Now's the time
hero.
to get to the foundation. Make everything
That is what
ready.
feels like the main
We
theme.
need to
me.
talk about this. We shouldn't.
It may not be, but it just feels like that to me. You know?
Just give it a second.
Because, like, you aren't a hero in the series.
Ollie?
But that's really only
You there?
incentivized in
What's
chapter 4. Because it's the only time
Ollie?
you're ever going to empathize and work with its main antagonist guy. Because Doey dying's a sad thing.
You need to distract
Well,
him,
Catnap or Mommy
Please.
Long Legs
Keep
or
him away
Huggy
from
dying
here.
is a really cool
Without the
thing.
generator.
I know.
Because it's all
Can't get in
a
here.
matter of
Not
perspective.
now. Just buy us some time.
I think that is what chapter 4 is all
You'll
about.
have to fix the
Now,
generator.
yes, we do need to generate
Work
now. We
quickly.
need to go ahead and
You
get that
won't have a lot of
generator
time.
working for
Right.
3 easy
Trust
payments
us,
of
Doey.
$5.99.
Trust me.
You,
Just
very
get
much,
the
can
generator
fix this
working.
generator with a
Please.
brutish blob of clay, this stupid doll, and
I'll try
the
to gather the
actual
others.
devil on the phone. Yay!
If you can hear me,
Fun.
work with our friends.
You can have free will. Hand me the panel. Hand me the goddamn panel. Panel. Panel time, sucker. Panel. Will you work with me? Panel.
It's just a little door on the outside of the machine.
Now we panel. I like how you get to see how like the Omni
Whenever
handle
you're
looks
ready,
and all that.
flip the breaker switch. But be aware. Grab an external resistor.
We need
Attach
another
that to the
thing.
capacitor bank.
This bad boy.
Now use the Omni tool to override the generator's chips. Pull it! Nice. Now put in a new one.
Ah. Finish the puzzle, boys. What's up, Ollie?
We
We
did
got
it.
the prototype down. He's still outside. It's definitely not that you are him.
You did it.
Poppy, where are you coming from? Poppy, can't
Thank
see
you.
you.
Is it nearly
Where are you?
enough?
Like blocking the way. Oh, you're blocking the way. Huh.
Whatever happened out there?
What happened out there? Okay, yeah, I don't think he can be killed, really.
Wait, head for the foundation. Plant the explosives.
I'll get that done.
Meet back here after. We'll go over what comes next.
I understand. Let's begin. Now, where's the foundation? Down the infirmary path we go again. And again. To the section we... Anyways, we're here now. Time for the foundation section. Let's see if we get to the foundation before an hour in 30 minutes. Meaning only 30 minutes left of recording, which is really simple, honestly. Up we go. Okay, we're up now. Into the foundation. Time for the big puzzle section. It's time to do a little puzzling, guys. Boom. Look behind us. Grab the other one. Boom. Boom. Mine now. Let's go. Boom. One in. Another one in. Okay, we're gonna need that bad boy. Mine. Need the other one. Need it. Not that one. see it on the floor. Instead. Boom. Grab it. Follow me. Ain't looking fast for us entering the foundation now. The door. Move forward, move forward, move forward. We might be able to enter foundation section. If we're able to get this done in the next 30 seconds, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's time to go, it's time to go, it's time to go. How are we gonna get this done? My oh my. We're in the foundation, folks. We've collected a bomb even. Okay, let's see if we get into the main foundation section. We entered the main foundation segment, even if it's 2 goddamn seconds. Seconds early on. That was important. We did it. We made it to the foundation before an hour and 30 minutes. So how the heck do we have 30 minutes left? We did this whole explosive section at best 10 minutes. It's not that long of a section. Get out of my way. We got an explosion. We like those explosions because they give us the explosives. I don't know what I was planning on achieving there with that flare, but we moved forward. And we very likely equipped that purple hand. Let's go. Purple hand time. Boom! Okay. Now it's time for the big part. Collect the last bomb we need. Okay. Hasn't even been a minute. We already have all of the bombs. We don't need the doughy tape. That's not going to help us. We are going to need something else. Is inside this room, so we can't just fall down. Which is the purple hand. Okay, we're going to have to plant the explosives. Then we're going to have to do something else. I don't remember what else you got to do, but well, we'll figure it out. Put it in. They're not going to allow us to do anything yet. I think we need to plant the explosions still. Yeah, how are we gonna do this? Let's go plant the explosives. That might be an important step. I mean, I still don't get why we have anything else to do besides planting the explosives. Now, where you plant the explosives really is the issue. Because it's so easy to forget where you're supposed to plant them. I mean, the X's mark the spots. It's just hard for me to find the X's. Where's the other 2, at least? Where are they? There's one. There's another one. There's one. Where's the last one? The other side, no, the other side. Yep, there's one. Now we have to start the gas. Of course, we could have started the gas before the bombs were on, but apparently we just couldn't. So, yeah, you have the bomb puzzle. The really hard one, but still pretty decent. Like, it's not hard, it's just weird. What are you doing? At this moment, someone else tried to talk to me for like a minute or so. Anyways, I'm gonna ignore them. Yeah, you know I'm recording till someone else barges into the goddamn room. Now, obviously, we don't actually want it going into A. We don't want Joy. That's not correct. It's not gonna hit B. Without us hitting B, well, okay. Now, move that. Move the gas all the way back up. Maybe that one has to go up. No. That. Perfect, we got C. Now we need B still. That one gotta go up, right? No, well, maybe yes, but not right now. I'll figure it out. Okay, back to where we are. Maybe that one goes horizontal. No, we need that one upwards. No, we need another one upwards, but... Look, man, younger me wasn't able to figure it out. Younger me failed at this. But we're gonna try our best to get this correct. Move that one up. But we're gonna need to move another one up right now. For now, another one has to go up. Get everything ready. We need to get the stuff. Everyone, please shut up behind the recording. You are being recorded. This is a big video. Now we have A and we have C, but we do not have B yet. So, oh, well, that's pretty simple. Just pick that one up. Got it. Not that mess any of the other ones up. That mess C up. Okay, how do we fix C? Where would B lead? No, C's messed up, you idiot. No, C isn't messed up, actually. We need to do something else, I think. Is it connected fully? The gas ain't coming from there. Okay, that's what needs to be pulled down. The gas should be diluting itself over to there. Now, I don't know how the gas got here in the first place. Well, it's gonna be giving us warnings when it's actually time for them, but for now, we don't have them, which means for now, we don't have the luxury of having them. All we need. They're all at beeping temps now. Okay. Still is annoying. What do I do? The keyboard won't work. That thing won't work either. I think I kind of forgot how this works. I mean, it's simple, but it's not that simple for me. I'm not the best at remembering stuff, and I need to remember stuff here. Yay! I'm not skilled at what I need to do. Yay! As of recording this, I have 5 subscribers, though knowing me, that might change. The thing's green gas. I mean, it has a green mark on it and everything. Oh. I don't know what that did, but, is that a good thing? Okay, gas overflow procedure. Set in. Oh, god damn. Fix the door. Hand me the gear, hand me the gear. If I can beat this in the least OSHA compliant way possible. Can we just go up? Aim up right now. That. Boom. Get that. Get that. You. Got it in. Let's go take the foundation. We need the Omni hand for this. No, we need a flare, right? No, we need not. No, we need a flare, you imbecile. Get them away from you. Now. Press the button. It's gonna take 7 years. Flare them. Burn them alive. Beat them down. Make them suffer. I know they're innocent children, but still. Look, man. Officer, they hit me first. And you threw them out the window. Yeah, but they started it. Now we're headed up. Time for the big boys section. Joey?
I lost track of him in the tunnels. Have you seen him?
Track of him?
Was he at the foundation?
200 feet tall. How the hell did you lose track of him? Oh, I just forgot the elephant in the room.
What's going on?
You know,
Oh, wait,
sometimes there's a little elephant. I mean, sometimes you're also going cray because why the hell is there an elephant in the room? And why? It adds more questions than answers, but also it doesn't. Knowledge ain't power, so sometimes you're gonna walk off a cliff and die, and that is how life is gonna go. Now we need to escape the foundation. We escaped the foundation, actually, dumbass. That ain't the new mission, folks. Even if you think it is, it can't be, because we've done so. I left the foundation. So, obviously, if you hear so much noise in the background that sounds like a chaotic mess of noise going on, that is because there was a chaotic mess of noise going on behind me. Don't know why I said it that way. Joey, do it. Do what you do best. Protect the safe haven no matter what. I'll need you to do your part here. I'll do my part here in getting to the safe haven and helping you defend once I make it there. But I need you to defend the safe haven from, whatever the hell's causing explosions up there. So, let's do this, folks. Down the door. Boom. closed. Now we go down and down and down into our sewer systems where everything else happens down here. So deep down that they've never seen it before. They know it. They know about it. They've been here before. I remember the first time I played through it, this was such a bummer of an area because no matter how hard I had the brightness up, you physically couldn't see inside this cavern area. Yeah, nah, that is true. Like, look at what happens. They put a filter on you halfway through because that's what you're supposed to be seeing the safe haven with, which isn't very helpful. Now, we need to move forward. Joey?
Sorry. I'm
Oh
sorry.
god dang it, you failed your mission.
sorry.
I told you, Joey. You gotta protect the safe haven. Look at this performance here.
was
A
never
minus
any
for
good.
behavior. It's not less than an A
only
minus. If you get less than an A minus on your grade, how the hell did you feel that
My fault.
on something as simple as protecting a bunch of people from a giant mechanical skeleton that causes explosions? It's not that complicated, sir.
Always hurt bad. Parents, scientists, everyone have to. My friends.
How do we know his gender? He goes by we. That's what the prototype does.
It all
I agree
started
with you, but it's more of like a cause of...
you
It's
and
not
her.
a cause. This is a coincidence.
You who ruined everything!
I fixed the generator, you
No.
dumbass.
No, that's not true. They jump-started the generator. They destroyed everything!
Oh, you suck. How is there two at least? Why do you have too much personality? Is that a wall? I mean, I guess sometimes in life you just get crushed by a brick. But hey, whatever does your part. What was that? Shadows move. Where do we see this thing? What? Oh. Oh no. Joey. Head. You may have been a friend, but you be a monster now. And you know what I like to do to monsters. I don't know what I'm telling monsters. We gotta run though. Let's go. I don't know why I acted in purple. Let's go. Up the elevator, up the elevator, up the elevator. No, you don't. You're not driving me down here, Joey. You're never gonna stop me. I do not care about what you wish. Now we need to go forward. Whoa, we're going forward, down the other path. Oh, where are we? Joey? What the hell are you doing? I don't know what this place is. Where we are.
Too loud!
Got it? Gotta understand. You're in the way. Like, Chapter 4 has such a good complexion, like, the villains. Because the two main villains, the Doctor and Joey. The Doctor is a character who deserved his death, while Joey is a character who innately doesn't deserve the death. Like, the death is not a deserved thing that occurs to Joey, and I find that great. Because both the villains complement each other perfectly. And Yarnaby compliments as just another threat you had to take out. He is the only one that allows you to maintain that playtime code innocence that you first had when you entered the place. Where's Joey? Where'd he go, man? Now, anyways, you can see this area beforehand. I love how this area was teased earlier. It is funny how since the Omnian really only works as a key, you just have to use a flare hand here. what is with boss fights and wanting you to flare everything? I mean, I get it, it's a gun. I mean, sometimes in life you just need a gun, and that's gonna solve your problems. The most American sentence I've ever stated in my life. Where did Dowie go now exactly? I mean, I don't know. He could be anywhere now. Again, I'm recording this in like one thing, so if any voice cracks happen, blame it on the fact that I'm recording it in one thing. Do not blame it on me. It is never my fault. I am always correct. You should understand that by now. But anyways, as of recording this, I have 5 subscribers. I'm saying as of recording because there's definitely a chance that I have like 20 or something by the time that this video gets posted. But I currently only have 20. And that is, I currently only have 5. But still, 5 is insane, considering it hasn't even been a month since the channel started, to my knowledge. It started sometime in August. I'm not sure exactly when in August, but like, the first video in the time the channel started, that Dream Team video that came out back in, let's say, a couple days before the Crossworld DLC came out. That, like the Crossworld, the open beta, I think that must have been the main thing. What happened? Like, it had to have been the most important thing. Like, that has to have been the thing that really elevated the channel. Yet Dream Team has gotten more subs from it. Like, I think from my knowledge, Dream Team have earned me more subscribers than any other thing. Dream Team absolutely does do pretty good, with like an average of 50 to 60 views, which is better than almost everything else I've made. But the Crossword stuff is made out of passion. The Dream Team stuff is made because I think it's fun. Like, I like how episodes 1, 2, and assumably 3, though this is being filmed before 3 is out, so I've already completed. Like, I remember how episode 1 still did decent with like 14 views, which was insane for a younger me. Which was only younger by like a month at that point, but it was cray-cray how we made that many views in the span of a day, but we still have more to do with it. We're gonna release more shorts for Dream Team. We're gonna advertise it better. We're gonna have cooler character designs and stuff. We're going to make more focus on the characters. Eggpon Empire is the whole theme here, so Eggpon should appear on every single one. Though if you pay attention, some of them may reuse drawings of Eggpon because he has a basic amount. That's the intention. Though Chapter 4 is a big boy video, this one's gonna have 4 original drawings on it. Because, yes, sometimes you will have characters representing the new ones in the next episodes. So, I think you'll get 5, 6 episodes of Dream Team before that series is over. And we will call it a grand finale and then release a grand finale send-off video. Caught. Now. Gotcha. I think the second time I saw him so far. Now, no. It took till like the 15-minute mark for us to be in the video, so clearly we have to hit another sauce soon. Now, obviously I've kept these relatively accurate, but one of the weird things I want to speculate. Recently, on the day I'm talking about this, the Sonic Racing Crossworld's IDW comic has officially been announced. And in the thing, you can see Tangle. Is that confirmation that Tangle's going to be in the game eventually? I hope it is. Because like that last collaboration at the end of that season pass very well could be the IDW characters. I mean, technically it is Sonic baseline characters, but it feels like a good finale. Now time for us to find Dowie again, because he's so annoying to find in this boss fight. Like, you have to look behind you, then in front of you. You have to look everywhere, because he's just not always following you. He's not the fastest entity. And I find it excellent how Dowie isn't dying by the prototype. How it's still our fault. Or it won't work. It won't work. God damn it. Why they have to have that orange light thing on them? Joey, sorry. We just need one more. Can't do this. Won't work. Okay. We have more things to do. More noise. More storyline. The biggest part of our Crossroads vids are going to be just how well they do. Because, assumably, they'll do pretty decent. Because there's Sonic Racing Crossroads, which is more relevant than Dream Team even. So, obviously, I'll try my best. I spend about 30 to 20 minutes on every thumbnail. Which, for some videos, I spent about half of that time on the actual video. Like, let me show you. It's about 30 minutes for every thumbnail and stuff. Sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. So our first episode of Sonic Dream Team, that one took longer. That one took 30 minutes. The thumbnail took about 40. So, actively, the thumbnail took longer to design. That is also how it should be. The thumbnail should always take longer than the actual damn video, because the thumbnail is what everyone's gonna see. Like, yeah, obviously, we'll just keep reusing the same format, just with, you know, a new character, with a new design for Egg Pond. I will include a bunch of Egg Pond designs as part of the Crossroads section, because he'll dress up as our main character for each of the Grand Prix. Which, yes, includes a Werehog one for whenever we do a Werehog Grand Prix, because we're doing a Werehog Grand Prix eventually. You know, just not now, actually. So it shows up that you don't need the codes for, like, the two DLC skins being Adventure Sonic and Sonic Jam Sonic. Like, Sonic Jam Classic Sonic for the Shenderson Racing game anymore. Like, you don't need to insert a code for them. It's insane. I have the adventure skins and all of the DLC skins and stuff, obviously. I have Terios and stuff. But I never got that Jam one because I never signed up for the Sega newsletter. But now, at least on the Switch, I don't need to have that. Now, for a grand finale to a game, I think Chapter 4's ending is perfect. You are the bad guy. Officially, there is no chance that you are a hero. No hero does what you do. That's the point. The point is you're the villain. You have to be the villain. That is what makes it great. You are practically as bad as the prototype now. You effectively have the same mindset and will do anything and kill anyone in your way that's stopping your big plan. Doesn't matter if it's morally correct now. All that matters is it's done. And that is what makes you cool. You are no hero anymore. You have gone to the breaking point. Because I think killing Joey is a huge changing point. Everyone treats it as something that you hesitated to do. How do we know player would have hesitated to do that? You have to immediately think to kill Joey. You didn't hesitate. That was your first goddamn thought that came to mind. That is what makes it cool. You are not a hero. You never were intended to be a hero. You kill for your own sake, not for others. No matter how much you lie to yourself, you can't say that. You are the villain. That is not a, oh, well, I mean, it's a maybe. I mean, maybe you're a villain. No, you are the villain. There is not a chance in hell you aren't. That is what makes it cool. Because you are no hero. You didn't hesitate when you did any of this. We're in the big boy room now. Time to do what everyone must.
You and
Joey.
Poppy! It's all your fault! But to kill you! Kill everyone who hurts me!
Hand. Gotcha. Frozen! Got you down here, man.
Can't trust anyone!
Rushed.
Gentle voices
You were
lie.
never smart enough.
You
were
lie.
never good enough.
I tried to be better. To be who they need.
Landscape.
smart enough. Not good enough. Not.
Time to. Don't have the ability to. This is a puzzle. You've never won. We put it together.
Sorry.
We've won. Hold on. One of his arms still moves. Holy crap, he might be alive. That is insane. There's a chance though he lived. But even then... Cause like, he's made of organic dough. That's the only way he'd be able to go through things. He doesn't have organs. He can't have organs. His actions are theoretically impossible. And then, now we're in. Let's go. It's time to end where we started. Door. This begins and ends now. It's time for last descent. For the prototype to learn that we have hell ready for
better in every way. Hug me forever. I'm gonna
Okay,
hug
so
you
200 hugs a day is great. Then what about 19? If I hug someone 95 times, would that make them God, potentially? I mean, these are the questions we need answered.
Ollie! Ollie!
I can hear you.
hear me?
Poppy.
Ollie!
I know who you are. I'm not a hero. You aren't. None of us are anymore.
What did you do?
Joey was the one thing making
How
us
did you kill
heroic.
Joey?
And we all killed
Do
him.
you even understand what happened?
It was never just me.
Prototype,
It was just I who killed him.
Plant the
It was
explosives?
just I, in my actions.
Ollie!
It was at least
Ollie, answer me!
both of us. You and me, Poppy. None of us were heroes down here. Both of us planted the explosive. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have planted the
Something's gone
explosive.
horribly
And
wrong.
that idea never...
Safe haven. Shelf ventilation block
You
B6.
have to learn this. The hard way.
Where you are, Poppy.
Neither of us have heroes.
What?
We're both villains. I didn't hesitate to kill Doe the second he attacked me. You told us to kill everyone just
Going to force. The charade is over.
so.
Who is
How will
this?
it be? I guess we both die down here, don't we? None of us don't. None of us deserve this. Oh wait, we both
What
do.
did you do with Ollie?
For you, I would have left perfectly fine. If it wasn't for I, there would be 3 orphans that still got to live. More than that, actually.
Catnap, Mommy and Huggy. They're all
I
dead.
may have killed
You
you.
have nothing now.
Caused the
No one.
killings.
And
At
soon,
least
you have less
4
than
of
that.
Only
You don't need to
you
pretend
were of
anymore.
my own damage.
You don't need to play.
You've done worse than I have.
You can come home.
But I fought my own
How-
survival before
How
everyone
much
else.
do you know?
None of us are heroes. We're just as bad as the doctor says we are. That's
Isn't
how it's
right.
gonna go.
those
That's
years.
prototype. I guess we're
that
gonna meet up
Ollie?
alone.
Yes.
You won't have to deal with all these annoying side characters. Just be me, you, and whatever the hell you've got down there.
I'm going
Whatever
to
it
come
is.
up there. And I'm going
you.
to find you.
No one else.
Collaborators.
Nothing to save us after all.
They will be dealt with.
We will try to land on our feet.
What are you going to do with me?
You have a point.
I've got something
I'm not worried,
special.
but I'm not letting Kissy
Prepared it
die.
just for you.
If she must, that must happen. It might just be you, me, whatever the hell you've got down there. But I have a plan. You have nothing.
Entire time.
You have as little as I have, and that's the point.
Entire time.
We
Lied to me.
definitely
Only because you
not
kept
useful.
missing the point.
Prototype, I agree. When you say we don't have a shot to throw away, you're not beating me either.
Thanks for collecting these.
We
Put them to
both
good
got
use.
this. I die, I'm bringing you down with me, prototype. You got it?
After all that
Yeah,
time in your
right.
case,
Excellent.
I'd hoped you'd see things differently.
That must be how it goes. Poppy?
Oh,
Did you leave?
What we
Yeah,
That's not a
you
truth
are.
that can be
What are you, though? Scumbags. Villains.
Not
That
so much more.
you are not much more.
Prototype. Please.
There is no need to beg, Poppy. He's not gonna listen. He's just as bad as I am. You have to convince me to do my actions. I have to convince you to do my actions. We are not pawns here.
Can't go back in the case.
We're just persuasive.
I'm sorry.
A pawn would be someone who's easily controllable. All of us are just good at telling people what to do. They agree. You've gotta be kidding me.
Some friend, huh?
She left us to die.
Don't worry,
Jesse.
I'll find her.
You're the only morally good person here.
Try to land on your feet.
I don't think I can say. Enjoy your life. R.I.P. God dang it. Concussion hurts. As we fall down and see the arm. Where'd Kissy go? We need to find where she is. I don't even know what to do down here. Where did she go? Where did Kissy go? Can't see her. It's not worth trying. I'll just move forward. If she's alive, I'll find her. If she isn't, that's not gonna matter. Why am I doing this like I'm supposed to voice act the characters? I mean, that was genuinely a great performance. I am so sorry to all of you who thought that was bad. I felt like the coolest guy on the block, man. It may have sounded bad, but like, you know how the human ear just mishears things? Yeah, that's because that's how it works. We hear things a little bit differently than everyone else. We hear ourselves a little bit differently. That was the most serious I've ever acted. I thought that sounded cool as hell. Now, it's time for our last part of the mission. Chapter 4. Grab the VHS. Just call the VCS. It's just unknown. Put in the VCR.
Hi, my name is Leith Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at Playtime Co. If you're seeing this, you must be very, very lost. Well, rest assured, friend, our state-of-the-art laboratory is just up ahead. Why don't you just go on inside and tap one of our scientists on the shoulder? Tell them you're lost. They'll be glad to help.
Leaf. You're just as bad as
All
the
right,
doctor.
all right.
You betrayed him.
Let's be
You betrayed
honest.
others.
You're not supposed
You're
to be
a
here.
monster.
This is the
I'm
single
a
most
monster.
high security,
We are
high
all
clearance
the villains
section of
down
the
here.
whole factory.
We don't have
When
a
someone
sense of
finds you down
heroism
here,
down here.
you will be shot.
We are
And
in
before
hell.
you get any ideas, don't think you can just
Me,
sneak away either.
Prototype,
No,
and the
the second
doctor
you put this
sucked
tape
it,
in,
you
it's
son of
off
a
an
gun.
alarm. So if
And
anyone's
you
home,
lived.
they know exactly
You
where you
lived
are.
through the hour,
Pretty
Jordan.
nifty,
You lived
huh?
through all of this.
Security is very important to us here. If I were you,
you.
I'd start running.
What's up, Wuggy? You ready for round 2? I should. See you later, you son of a bitch. Anyways, folks, welcome to the end of the Chapter 4 full video. Yo, this took like 20 gigabytes. Bye-bye. Make sure to like and subscribe. This is not submitting. Bye.